Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right?
Hey y'all, what's up? I'm trying to get myself together, y'all. I'm trying to get my energy right, cause y'all know, okay, if y'all saw the little video that I posted, ooh, not the earring coming out, Jesus. Or maybe I should just Sheila it out this bitch, okay? Dun, 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 dun. Bitch, it don't even matter. Like I wear one earring, I'm cute anyway. So I never mentioned a Venmo before. I had a personal one, which is why when it was mentioned to me yesterday, I was like, I do, but I don't, know, because I have never publicly put that out there. I have like a personal one. I go and make a Venmo account today. I posted for you guys who asked and find out that somebody had already done so, impersonating me. I was not hacked. Somebody is impersonating me. They take my picture from Facebook. They give you a version of my name, and I don't know how y'all found them. I don't know how they found y'all. I don't know how that happened, but it's now been like put out there and has 75 followers. Okay. And that's way too many fucking people to be giving somebody money that's impersonating to be me, and it's not me. Okay. So just so that we are clear, my Venmo is Bondi Blue. It has been posted to this community page. If y'all don't get a link from me, if y'all don't get an exact mention from me, please don't send stuff to places. I'm so aggravated and upset that people continue to do shit like this while I am going through this. Because it feels like another attachment to some type of bullshit. And I really don't appreciate that. It is extremely trifling. I am bothered by it. I sent the email to Venmo. I also put it on here and on my Instagram that is not me. When I go to the Venmo, because I am not a friend of theirs, I can't do anything to their page. It doesn't even give me an option to report them. So I just sent an email letting them know that was not me and that I was being impersonated. I let them know what my real account was and what the fake one was. Okay. You reported it. Thank you, Nisi D. I appreciate that. Thank y'all so much who reported that account. At this point, I feel like I'm drowning. And I see all the support that y'all are giving me, and that is helping me like come back up for air. But it is overwhelming at this point that all of these things keep happening to me. And all I am doing is just trying to live my life and do my thing and do my job, okay, which is to entertain people and then mind my business, which is what I do. So this is just very problematic to me. I just wanted to let y'all know that was not me, that it has been reported. I have emailed them about it and everything, okay? If I see any other pages, if y'all see any other pages that it's not me, because I have not posted it, I have not promoted it, it's not on my Instagram, it's not in my Instagram bio, it's not anywhere over here, and I haven't even been putting anything in the description box because I don't know what caused the issue on my main channel. So until that gets rectified, I haven't really been wanting to put anything here for that sake besides my Patreon and my Cash App and those things that, have not changed and are the same. Okay. Everybody that you could think of in YouTube land is trying to help me. Know that. So we're trying. It seems as if, right now there's nothing we can do but wait and continue to apply pressure. And all I can do is continue to get up here and do my job at the end of the day, which is what I will continue to do. Because I feel like somebody is trying to get me into a space where I can't get up here and do this. And I refuse. I utterly refuse. Okay? So I appreciate all the blue hearts. Oh, Lord, it's the thunder. I appreciate y'all for showing up. I appreciate everybody for letting me know. I appreciate everybody for sending things to my Cash App and sending things to me and making sure y'all are Patreon so that when y'all, when we get into Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all will get that content. because that's right after this. But I just want to go ahead and okay, I put that out there. Y'all know what's up. Let's go ahead and proceed on as if, you know, it's a regular situation. And you know what? In order to do that, we need to, you know, shift this vibe. Let's shift the vibe. Oh, okay. Anyway, okay, look, if y'all don't understand what that beat does to us, all right, y'all. So, family or fiance, that's what we're gonna start with. Y'all, this episode, you know what? Let me go ahead and put up the pictures, okay? The visuals, okay? Visuals. Okay. So just so we're clear, this is Bondi Blue on Cash App, Bondi Blue on Bondi Blue on everything. Okay. Follow the backup page, the Bondi Blue. Okay. Follow the backup page because Jesus. All right. So family or fiance. How y'all doing? Ciao. Renata and Christian. They are in a poly relationship. We weren't sure exactly what type of poly it was, whether it was polyamorous or polygamy, because apparently there's a difference. And what I understand is polygamy is more so man gets to have multiple wives or multiple women. And polyamory is when two people in a relationship get to do as they please and then still come back together. It's from what I understand. I could be wrong. Okay. But that's what I understood from what Tracy was saying when they were in their meetings with her. Okay. But their poly relationship has been trial and error over the course of their very tumultuous relationship. Okay. They still want to get married, even though they don't want to be monogamous. And listen, I'm not one of those people. I firmly feel like marriage should be whatever the two people want it to be. Their union is defined by them as far as I am concerned. Okay. Now, different people have different feelings about that. But I feel like what's most important is that you do what works for you. Okay. The issue with Christian and Renata is if this is actually working for Renata, which is usually how these things go. These women get into these relationships where it seems like it's something they're down for. Okay. They're down as, okay, they're trying to be, kinky and do it for the man. Okay. Do it like it might be date, baby. Okay. Y'all ready for Johnson's Cabaret reunion? Y'all know I'm going to give y'all that live tomorrow. I'm going to set the recordings and everything later on today once I have calmed my nerves further with alcohol after my trap and tone workout. Okay. But yes, back to them, y'all, this situation. Okay. Mona, all the way over here on the end here. Do y'all see on the end here? This is Mona. And Mona is Christian's friend, okay? Longtime friend, also lover. She has also been in between and in their bed. These two people right here, Renata and Christian. Christian and Renata both care about Mona, but Mona is in love with Christian. And Christian is talking about marrying Renata. Now over here we have Renata's cousins and her friend. They have heard through the grapevine that the relationship is open, but they aren't really sure about it. And then we have over here Miss Hattie, that is Christian's mother. And then we have his friend Sonica. And then, of course, his homie lover friend, Mona. Sonica has not had a sexual relationship with him so far as we know. Okay. Now, listen, I'm going to go ahead and say Christian was giving us a very effeminate vibe. He was. But as the episode went on, I was just like, even if he does like, dib and dabble, I feel like his main course of meal is a female. Like, I feel like his main course is a woman. And hey, whatever works. You know what I'm saying? It's just we were getting a feel like, are y'all gonna tell us? Is a man gonna pop out somewhere? like is a surprise they're gonna show up to this? But basically what it is that he does have relationships with other women, and they were clear to say other women. So Mona is not the only one. Mona is the one that sees herself on a higher level as the other girls and feels as if her place is permanent. She's a permanent fixture. He may not want to be with her, but she's not going anywhere either. And that's causing issue with Renata, because Renata feels like I am not getting something, and she is. She gets all of the I guess empathy, the sympathy. Like, he doesn't want to hurt Mona's feelings. It's all about how Mona's delicate. Worried about Mona. We don't want to upset Mona. I do things a certain way because I knew it was going to upset Mona. But Renata is the person that you want to be in a marriage with. So her feelings should be coming first. And they're not. They're not at all. And Renata's feeling that. And so is everybody else. Child, Miss Hattie don't like none of this. She likes Renata. She feels like her son needs to be with Renata. She don't like this. Okay. Even Sonica was like, well, no tea, no shade. But I feel like if you weren't in the picture, Christian and Renata would be able to figure it out. Okay. And she was like, well, listen, it don't matter what you say. Okay. I feel like he is not going to be with just one woman, whether it is me or not. He's not going to be with one woman. And Renata feels like, well, Mona, regardless to whether it's me or another woman, he still is not going to wife you. And that's what that is. Y'all, this is very much Martell Holt like. And I thought that was very funny because that's what he gives. Okay. He definitely gives, I know my way around the coochie. Okay. It feels like he knows how to finagle his way around some coochies. Okay. Because they loving it. They are there, and they're there to get it. And as long as they're getting it, they're okay. Mona felt like, I don't even need to be around y'all like that. As long as I can come and get that every now and again, we're fine. That's how Mona feels. But Mona also has to let it be known her position and that she's not going anywhere. So it's not just about the dick. It's all about the placement as well in his life. Okay. But he only really fucks with her. And I thought this was funny because she makes him feel better about himself. See, Renata sees him as an equal, and Mona looks at him, in his own words, as a god. I said, a god? A god? Not a god. Not with those ends. Not a god. Really? A god? Okay, maybe with the skin and the glossy lip. But a god, my good sir? I think not. Okay? You might be in the Lord's image, but you are not a god to any woman. And the fact that any woman would take that ideal or approach is unhealthy and unsustainable, as Tracy said, which is why when he got with Renata, he called his mama and said, she's the one, this is the woman that I need, because he needed somebody that was in a more balanced relationship with him. Because what ends up happening is, as much as men, and not just men, anybody, but specifically Christian here and Martell Holt, they love a woman that will get on their knees up to them and basically praise them for being the man that they are. They love that shit that feeds their ego. But those women are also energy and soul sucks that require something that is unattainable in a relationship. And at some point, a person is going to get tired of that. And when they get a taste of something that isn't so gimme, I need your energy. I need your time. I need. Like, you can't tell me Mona isn't needy in other capacities. Like, Mona is needy in some capacity, which is why you don't really want to be with her, because that's the only reason why she would view you as a god, is because she sees herself as less than, which means she is insecure, which is the reason why she is needy and makes you feel as if you're a god because you have something that she needs. You have something she wants. And it's not just about the sex. It is about the connection, and you telling her that she is so important that you will not stop fucking around with her, even if it is harmful to the relationship that you say is most important, which is the relationship with Renata. Renata thinks that we're in a relationship, it's me and him, but then we bring in other people to have a good time. And what she would like to see happen is that Mona moves out of the situation and it's just the two of them having fun with strangers versus having friends, lifelong friends that stick around and make themselves known and feel important and all of this shit. Okay, it's a lot. It's a lot. Now, Renata's side, they weren't really sure about the open relationship, so they want to know if this marriage will be traditional. Okay, child, no, it's not. It's not going to be traditional. I also feel like when the family said that Christian doesn't come to a lot of their family events, it made me feel like they are hiding the reality of their relationship. I think Renata does not want Christian to be around her family because they're going to have a plethora of questions. They're not going to be okay with what they view as her being digmatized enough to be okay with a man cheating on her consistently and in her face, which is what they probably would see as disrespect. Okay, so you're basically telling your family who loves you that you're okay with disrespect and you're going to bring the disrespecter around. You know, that's not going to work. So that's why it's not mama, sister, you know, closer family members. It's friends and cousins, because real family members aren't showing up for this bullshit because they don't want you with this fool anyway. Okay, like I can already tell that that's what this is about. Okay. But Mona lets it be known that she doesn't think that Christian is ready for marriage either way because he likes open relationships. I don't understand why people who like open relationships feel the need to be married. I understand that there's a pressure of societal norm to be married. I get it. But ultimately, I feel like if you are fighting against all of these other norms as far as how you present yourself, and also the way you live out your relationship is not traditional or technically the norm. So if that is the case, why can't you fight against the need to want to be married and basically, as Mona said, make this lady be with a cheating husband, because that is what he will end up doing. She was absolutely right about that. Okay, so they separate and do the exercises, and he had to list the things that he found most important, and money was the most important thing to him. The kids came after the money because he feels like you need money to take care of the kids. I'm like, yes, you may need money to take care of the kids, but what you don't understand is the kids don't need money when they look back on it. They may need food and sustenance and a roof over their head, but they need time and support also, and they need that more so than money a lot of the times. Okay, because an adult's idea of what money is considered as going out to get that bag, to me, that also comes from a place of selfishness, and you telling yourself that money is more important because it takes care of the kids, takes the responsibility away from you for having to be mentally and emotionally available because you're too selfish to do so. And I think that's what's going on with Christian. Christian is a very selfish individual. Christian is extremely selfish, which is why his relationships are formed the way they are, because everything is about him and what he wants, which is why he would actually sit on national television and find it okay for a woman to feel like he is a god. He thinks he's in a fucking cult. He thinks he's a cult leader, which is why he's weird looking and all of that. I also feel like is Black beautiful as he is, his essence gives me, I hang around white people sometimes because that's where my weirdness is allowed. And I learn shit from them. Okay, you know, that's the vibe I get. I could be wrong, but that's just the vibe that I get. Okay, but Renata expresses to her cousin that Christian doesn't like to get bored, and that's why he goes back to these, you know, random relationships and doing all of this other shit, because he doesn't like to feel bored in a relationship. And as we all know, long-term relationships have their ups and downs. And thank y'all so much. I see so many of y'all signing up for my Patreon account. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. But yes, Mona has deep feelings, and that is not what anybody signed up for. But I'm mad at Christian because I feel like Christian knows exactly how Mona feels about him, because they have their own relationship. Even though he tried to act as if this is something that he and Renata have been doing together, Renata came in the picture after Mona. So Mona was already there. You brought Renata into you and Mona's situation is what really happened. Okay. But I also feel like Renata said he takes advantage. He takes advantage of the vulnerable space that she is in with him, which is why she so often isn't vulnerable with him and she has to be the strong one. And then he gives all of the emotional support to Mona because Mona cries and acts a fool for it. You know what I'm saying? So basically, Christian needs to create the boundaries. He needs to be the one that sets the tone, and he really doesn't. Okay. So Christian's mom talks to him outside, but he feels like, they're on the outside looking in. They don't really understand the relationship. He's refusing to deal with the real issue, which his mom says comes from his father. His father was a whoremonger as well. And that's what he's doing. He's just being narcissistic enough to be honest with you about what it is and then give you the choice about whether you're going to deal with it or not. But I often feel like there is still some type of manipulation that is going on his part, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. At dinner, everyone says they can see that Mona is deeply in love with Christian. And he's like, why would you say that? Like, what do you mean? Like, we're in a platonic, like, dude, you're fucking her. She's in love with you. Your dick probably reaches her heart. That's what happens. Okay. If a woman comes back to repeatedly have sex with a man to the point where she will take a piece of him, even if she can't have all of him, there is a level of love that is so deep that she would only take what she can get. It's not a healthy love, but it definitely is a deep infatuation, want, need, drug-like attachment to another adult. Y'all relationship is codependent as fuck. And you want to sit up here in front of all these people and act like you don't know what's going on, Christian. You're a liar. You're a manipulator. And I don't know what Renata is going through except for feeling your dick next to her heart that will allow for her to go along with this foolishness. Okay. They were at the table and Renata expresses how she feels like she's missing out on love and affection as his woman, as his main. Okay. And he brings up how hard this has been for Mona since he decided to propose to Renata, as if Renata and her family or anybody is supposed to give a fuck about how Mona feels about this right now. Family or fiance is about you and this lady right here, not this lady over here. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that he sat at the table to defend her was even more of a teller about whose feelings actually seem to matter in the moment. And Mona is like, I don't give a what y'all talking about. He's not going to stop fucking with me. Like, that's what she said. That's what she meant. Okay. So Christian tells Tracy that the family is causing more issues because they are pressing him about Mona and how Mona is causing issues. Okay. And it's so funny to me that your family's the issue, not your outside woman that keeps causing problems. The family that sees the outside woman causing problems. Okay, Christian. Okay. He keeps saying Mona and him aren't in a relationship, but they are because she makes him feel like a god. I told y'all that. He thinks that that's love. And since Renata doesn't see him as a god, she must not be in love with him. Tracy says, no, you put somebody on a pedestal. That is not a sustainable, equal partnership that will benefit everybody involved. That is unhealthy. Tracy tells them that they both have to sit down and break up with Mona. So when they go to sit down to break up with Mona, she gets upset. She's like, no, you're not going to call me down here and blame me for this. You're not going to do this. Okay. You're not going to do, she could tell what they're doing. So she's panicking and just going off. And Christian says, listen, nobody is blaming you, but we have to break up with you, Mona. And she says, oh, now you're a we. And I was like, see that right there, that should let you know what's really going on here. When she said, oh, y'all are a we now, and Renata is sitting there adding to the conversation as if she's actually a part of it. Renata, you are not a part of this conversation. You are there for him to showcase that you are the one that matters more in this situation. That's what you are there for. But what you saying in the moment is not really being heard because this conversation is between him and her. And you can tell, okay, like the whole energy of it, because she gets upset, runs off, and he follows behind her to console her. And then, he putting his body all on her. And when he did that, y'all, when he put his body on her, I said, oh, yeah, some fucking them lady, fucking Nate ass is Okay, you can't tell me no different. People like this be so good and bad, it be ridiculous. You don't even understand why you fucking with them until you have sex with them, and then you like, but no. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do feel like his sexual energy is what got them caught up. Because that's how women are. And especially insecure women. Like, they'll get with a man and not be receiving anything that they really need from the situation. But as long as something feels good enough, they'll stick to it. They'll stick with it. They'll hold on. And it's just sad. You know what I mean? It's really sad to me to see women give up so much of themselves for relationships with men who see them as an outlet. Because that's how he explained his relationship with Mona. Okay? She's an outlet. Nigga, you need to work out. You need to write more terrible music on your acoustic guitar. Like, whatever you need to do, that needs to be an outlet. Not an outlet in women's bodies so that you can use them for what feels good to you and have no real consideration for them. Because if you really cared about Mona, you would have stopped fucking Mona. If you really cared about her. Because you know it hurts Mona that you choosing to not be with her, but then still fuck with her. You're playing with her because it's convenient for you. So that's messed up there. And then what you're doing to Renata. We've been talking about that this whole time, okay? So the family talks to Dr. Allie. She's a mental health therapist. And, you know, they talk about how they really do want to be together and they want to still be able to have fun and have this open relationship. And Renata says she feels like she has to be so strong when she really just wants to be vulnerable in their relationship. And when she's explaining this, Hattie, his mother, says, I understand where Renata is coming from. And Christian said that, you know, she was the one. He called me and told me that this is the woman that he needs. So I want them to work it out. And he agrees that he will keep things between the two of them. Y'all, when they were asking him if he could only keep the relationships between him and her, meaning that he's only seeing other women if they are seeing other women, his body seemed uncomfortable. He was like, you know, grabbing his shirt clothes and, you know, he was just doing all of these physical things that made me feel like when he agreed to it, it was a lie. For real. Now, I forgot to mention that Mona had left already, y'all. Mona got in the car and left and said that once he got back home, it would be a week tops and they would be back talking. And she was not lying because after everybody sat there and gave their blessing for them to start planning the wedding, once they got home, Renata found out that Christian and Mona were still seeing each other. So she gave him the engagement ring back, but she's still with him and wants to seek counseling for another wedding date. And he's talking about their relationship is stronger and better than it's ever been. Child, I say, I don't know what in the victimization is going on here, but it ain't right. But this definitely reminded me of Martell, y'all. And how I feel like Martell's relationship with his side chick was so he could feel better about feeling inadequate in his relationship with Mel. And I feel like I said that shit from the very beginning. And I feel like I'm even more right now, especially after last week's episode and us seeing that he didn't have the correct licensing that he needed to even do the work that he and Mel were doing together. Like you were dependent upon her in a way that you were not stepping up to the plate. Like you were not fully giving in the same way that she was from the beginning. Okay. And you bring up all of these reasons as to why she contributed to what you did. But the truth of the matter is a real man would have said he wasn't happy and left. He would not have lied and then made his wife responsible for his cheating thereafter. Like you don't get to continuously choose to fuck over somebody and then blame them when you knew you were wrong and you knew what you were doing were wrong and you got caught and then you went back and did it again. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Kim Fraz, for the super chat. I knew he was going to go back to Mona because they pushed him. His body told on him. P.S. I hope you get the main account back. I hope so too, y'all. We're going to keep, talking to Team YouTube on Twitter and sending, adding YouTube and, hopefully enough of it will cause, them to want to respond because me having less than 100,000 subscribers means that they don't really care. A lot of the times, but it is what it is. But yes, y'all, I see y'all. Thank y'all so much for the Cash Apps and for the Patreons. I appreciate y'all. Let's move on to Put a Ring on It. Okay, the episode was good. I enjoyed it. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. I enjoyed the episode. Mostly the last 2 seconds of the episode when they gave us the preview to next week's episode, in which I found out I was completely right about Kai and her heavy booty slapping down on what's his name? Darion's lap. Okay, slapping down into the lap with fever and aggression. All right. So let's go ahead and get into Put a Ring on It, y'all. Don't forget to like the video. Hold up. Let me get a little drink of my water. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right, y'all. So Alexia is over it. She feels like she's being manipulated by Darion. LaShonda, Sean, and Eric are going on dates with someone new this week. Darion will take a break from Kai and her heavy booty to focus on he and Alexia. Something tells me he's not really taking a break. Something tells me that Darion has been seeing Kai outside of the show probably the whole process. He was at the studio, though. Alexia goes on a second date with Monty because Monty was really cool. She had a really good date with him. He had a really good smile, a nice bald head, and a really good beard, good shoulder stature, pulled out chairs, and felt like she was really beautiful and, you know, given in a way that he didn't know she was given when they went on the first date to play basketball. Okay? People wanted it to be love and basketball. They really did. Monty says that he's actually in the music business as well. He had a hip hop group, and she was like, here we go. And she was like, my dude, that's what he does. And he was like, oh, really? You know, expecting her to give more information. And she was like, I don't want to make this date about him. So let's not even do that. And I was like, good. Okay. And then Monty says maybe that, you know, she should think about moving on like Maya. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. Ooh. But I gotta be a woman. I gotta let go of you. Ooh. I think I saw your baby mother, one of them, creeping out your back door. Yeah. And you're lying, been cheating, and I can't take it no more. I'm moving on. I wish she would. But something tells me she not. We wanted her to move in Monty's way, okay? But, you know, I guess because he wasn't a no-limit soldier and on to keep it bowdy, it wasn't going to happen. But, yeah, the date was cute enough, all right? I had to give that to y'all. It was on my spirit, okay? Move on, Jessica and Sean. Okay, Jessica and Sean go on another date. And, okay, y'all see that? Hold up. That's Sean. This is Sean right here. Jessica and Sean go on another date, and he brings a rose. And Eric, you know, child, Eric and his damn do-rag. I said, your hair is parting like the Red Sea, Eric. Your hair is parting like the Red Sea. Like, sir, what is the do-rag for? You ain't no soldier boy. Put down the soldier rag, okay? Baby, let him get the keys to the Rover truck. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. He just, like, this whole scene with the girl, he on the date, and they playing volleyball, and you could just see from the back all the way to the front that this whole middle part is like Sherman Hemsley, bitch. It's out of there, okay? He is Homie the Clown out this motherfucker with a cut. And he really got the do-rag on, being an asshole, throwing roses away. And it's like, sir, like, I want men to let it go. I want them to frozen the shit. Let it go. I want them to let it go. L-I-G it, my dude. Oh my God. Anyway, so Eric asked Sean what his intentions are. And he's like, right now, you know, we're just feeling it out, having a good time. You know, I want her to just continue to open up to me. And, you know, maybe I'll hit them skins and steal your girl. Oh, Mr. Steal Your Girl. Sean says that he can tell Eric was threatened by him. And, as long as he's doing his part to keep his girl, he don't have nothing to worry about. But as soon as he starts slipping, and I'm like, sir, he's already slipping. He gonna come in and steal your girl. He gonna be a problem. All right. And I like the way he came and got her in the Jeep. Okay. Open the door and they bust out in the Jeep. I was like, not in the Jeep. Okay. And then they go for a hike. Y'all, I love when they do all these physical things and everything because it just gives me ideas. Like, I want to go on a hike. All right. But they want to know a hike. All right. And they was holding hands. Y'all, they was having a good time. She was feeling him. And I wonder if it's the luxury real estate. Okay. It must be the job because it ain't your face. Not saying that he not cute or nothing, but I just really feel like she was putting her best foot forward in them tights because he was giving her the luxury real estate of it all. Okay. He says that he sees deeply into her. Okay. And she's loving it because Eric thinks that she is surface level and vapid. So she appreciates the fact that somebody sees depth in her. Okay. And he seems to see her in a more complex way. He tells her that he is really feeling her and she's a breath of fresh air. Okay. And she feels the same way about him because he's being transparent about how he feels about her versus Eric, who always seems to be being underhanded and passive aggressive. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all know I love me some Maya. Y'all know I will hit that moving on by Maya. Like, okay, listen. So moving on, y'all, LaRonda wants to talk to her Sean about communication. He wants her to be more transparent with information. She works with a travel group. He's giving us an example. She works with a travel group and she was out of town. She FaceTimes Sean and it's like, hey, say hey to everybody. And it's two dudes in her room. So he's like, I don't know those two dudes. What the this? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, listen, I have a lot of really great spontaneous friends. We like to travel. I'm like, really? The girl, call me. If I ever get my channel back, call me, girl. I love impromptu trips. Okay. She plans on a whim. And I love that. Okay. She says more often than not, she tells him exactly what is going on. And I just felt her posturing, her energy throughout the entire episode was, he is asking for so much and I am now over it. I am tired. He has worn me the out. Okay, child, I understand what that is like. He thinks that she argues in a toxic way and him, his passive aggressive way of arguing is more healthy than hers. I said, oh, so now it's a competition. She says that he pokes at her, which I greatly believe. I definitely feel like he is passive aggressive with the way that he handles her a lot of the time. And he calls her a liar, which I feel like is so out of pocket. And I would not be okay with a nigga calling me a liar, especially if I have not lied. Like, are you serious? That's strong to me. I don't understand why she didn't like her date though. She went on a date with this guy named Derek and Sean closed the door in his face, which was so childish. And Sean goes on a date with this beautiful young woman named Tari. She is a model and they did yoga and it was very sexual. And once again, saw Sean's incisors heavy. Okay, saw them heavy. LaRonda and her date did have a lot in common as far as both being in sales. He has children already, but he does want more, but he wants to be married and in a relationship. She said she wasn't interested in him or really attracted to him because he was older. And I was like, LaRonda, this man does not look that much older than you, first of all. And you would think with your maturity level, you would think you would want or be open to an older man at this point, specifically one that's not old enough to be your dad. Okay, he's not old enough to be your dad. So I don't understand why she thought that was a negative. I almost thought that was bullshit. Like, that's what you're saying, but that's not really what it is. Because now I'm looking at you like, well, why do you need to have a needy man? Because I almost feel like you wanting a man this age or a man of Sean's age and looking at someone who is older as a negative. It's like, so do you need to feel needed in this way in these relationships? Do you need to have someone that is this codependent upon you? I know it's tiring, but it almost seems as if it's something you want. Because a man who is older and has a more mature energy is something that you didn't seem to respond to. So I just kind of, and it was, like I said, one like the man looked like he was old enough to be her damn daddy or something like that. So I just was looking at this situation kind of like, what's happening here? What's happening? I was at a loss. I don't think she's innocent. I think everybody plays a part in the breakdown of relationships, but I do feel like Sean is heavily manipulative with the showcasing of emotion and the way he goes about it. And I feel like there's something about LaRonda that she knows how to keep her bullshit under wraps. But I also feel like she's authentic enough that it's going to show itself in one way or another. And to me, her response to dating an older man, like she was just bored and uninterested because he was older, to me is a sign that you in some way want these immature ass codependent men that, you know, kind of represent your boy Sean. But anyway, moving along. So Alexia talks to Dr. Nicole alone about how she doesn't feel heard by Darian. They also discussed the 3 children that happened during their relationship. And she said that they were broken up. But then she also says that she left the NBA. I'm sorry, the not the WNBA because she was overseas. But she stopped playing basketball because he kept having all these damn babies during the course of their on again, off again relationship. And I think she felt like she could save the relationship if she sacrificed her first love, which was basketball. I said, girl, why? I knew it. Yo, do y'all remember when I said it feels like she's depressed? It feels like she's giving something up. And I wondered what had happened with basketball because I felt like in some way there was a connection. Y'all, I know we can't go back and look at the video, but I definitely feel like I have said this before, that her energy seemed as if this relationship has depressed her or took from her in a way. And she needed to find herself outside of this relationship because of what she's given up for it. You're giving up too much for it. That's what it feels like. And now we find out that you gave basketball up so you can come back and try to make a broken relationship work with a man that has not given you the same amount of effort and was not giving you that same amount of effort before. I have no idea now with knowing that how she can continue to be in a relationship with him without resenting him. And I understand Alexia, and I don't know if she watches me, I don't know if she'll be able to see me now, but I know she likes to comment and say things like, what we see of Darian is not what he is in private, and that's fine. But what you need to understand is what is happening in private needs to be the same as what is happening in public in order for it to be respected. If he is showcasing a different side of himself in public so that he can save face, so that he cannot show what the emotions and feelings are really supposed to be for you, then he is bullshitting you and us and continuing to be what? Manipulative. So I don't know how she's going to be able to go back into this relationship open-hearted, letting the past go, knowing what she gave up and what he has now done with Kai. Y'all, I cannot. And she does, you know what else they talked about that I thought was interesting? And I had a conversation like this recently where you realize that there are some people that you will relinquish to because you don't want to argue with them. Like I had a conversation with a friend of mine, and you know, she was basically saying something that I felt like didn't make sense. And I'm too real to not say that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? You know that doesn't make sense, but you're saying it anyway because you think you're different, right? I'm like, okay, fine. But when I expressed that I felt like it was bullshit, they then get mad at me for saying that and tell me how they basically bullied everybody into going along with that same narrative that they tell themselves. And I'm like, the only reason people will go along with you saying some bullshit is because they don't want to argue with you. So they agree with you because they don't want to have to argue with you about it. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, fine, child, if you want to believe that, that's fine. Some people will have that response, and some people will be like me and just be like, listen, you can do whatever you want to do, but I'm about to tell you that's some bullshit. Unfortunately, that is me. I am that friend. Okay. But you know what? It's cool. But that's what I felt like was happening with Darian. Darian is one of those people that creates bullshit to make up for their mistakes or what they don't want you to find out and all of that type of shit. So they'll overtalk you, they'll talk loud, they'll say nonsensical shit and basically make you feel like you crazy because you make sense and they don't, but they're loud enough to convince you that you too tired to argue about it. Your auntie does that. Okay, so y'all know people who do this. They blow up, and so you feel like it's an energy attack. You don't want to even continue to argue. You don't want to even continue to talk to them about it because of their response to you being honest about it. And I feel like that's the same thing that Martell does. Y'all, child, everything leads back to Martell. Martell. Oh my God. He's the breakout star this season. But yes, she doesn't feel like Darian loves her as much as she loves him. And he's disrespectful. And I just want her to let that relationship go because I feel like even if they were to get back together, she needs to find herself separate from him. So y'all, Sean goes on a date with beautiful Leilani. Okay, I thought Leilani was beautiful, but I also thought he was overdoing it. He was overdoing it. She is very beautiful, but do I think she's more beautiful than Jessica? Not really. Not really. They're about, But I wouldn't lose my shit. And like what? Jessica's very beautiful. Yes. And your girl was beautiful too. But but he was like, she was very, 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 very pretty. It's like, no, it ain't all that, nigga. Like, calm down. Calm down. It ain't all that. You're doing a lot. Okay. You're doing too much. Okay. Bring it back. Calm the hell down. Okay. But that's why I say I feel like he's always doing things passive aggressively. Even when he's on these dates, he knows Jessica will see the things he says and does. So all of that extra, all of that flirtation, all of the holding hands, and I really love the fact that she can have conversation and I don't always have to direct the conversation. All of those little underhanded things that he was saying, I feel like was shade towards Jessica that he knew she would eventually see and feel. And that's why I feel like that. I'm sorry, Eric. I'm gonna just have to say this, honey. That's so bitch made. That is bitch made as a man for you to be with a woman, complain about her and dress her down, and then compare her to every woman you go on a date with. He has and I mean, they both childish, don't get me wrong, but I feel like he consistently tries to make it seem as if she is less than in some way, like she's not as smart. She doesn't have as much intelligence as a bitch that you just met 5 minutes ago. You're okay with having these interrogative conversations with people that you just meet. But the way you go at Jessica, she can't be trusted. Then, and that comes from your own insecurity, okay? And we can tell you insecure because your hair is parting like the Red Sea and you refuse to do anything about it, okay? That's an insecurity, sir, that you're refusing to see. You're in denial. And I also feel like you're in denial about how passive aggressive you are. Leilani is giving Farrah Fawcett and hella sexual energy in an accent you can't understand, but it wasn't all that. And you were touching hands and being very flirtatious and all of this shit and feeding her. I mean, she fed him. He feeds her. Yeah, no, he fed her. He fed her food, y'all. They were doing a lot. And I felt like everything he was doing was because he knew Jessica would see it. He puts it in her mouth. Alexia and Darian go on a date. She wasn't going to go on a date with him before, but Dr. Nicole changed her mind. Darian thinks that he changed her mind. This nigga doesn't have a clue. She tells him that she wants him to get rid of the condo. Darian brings up Alexia having this friend that puts heart emojis under her pictures. Y'all, I hate that they talk about this because I have not yet got a clear understanding of what this relationship is, who this person is, if it's more than one person. Did she stop talking to this person? Like, what the hell is going on here? Okay. He says he'll give up the condo. He spoke as if she had given up the friendship. So I guess they made some type of agreement at that point, but it just all seemed confusing to me. Like, will he really give up the condo? Did she really stop talking to this friend? What is the deal with this friend? What is going on there? It's too much not being said there for me. Okay. Anyway, everyone meets up with Dr. Nicole and Alexia feels like now Darian has changed and a light bulb has gone off, and he's all of a sudden easier to communicate with. And I appreciated Jessica for saying that in a week, girl. We gonna see. She's so sweet. Even though she had a good time on her date, Alexia doesn't want to go on another date with Monty because he was giving her friend vibes. I said that's bullshit. That man was not giving you no friend vibes. Look at this picture look at this picture. This man was not, this is not friend vibes on his face. This is I fuck you on his face right here. Okay. And child, please. Okay. I think she's full of shit. I think that the reason why she chose not to go on another date with Monty is because she feels like in some way Darian is now giving her a portion of what she wants. So she's going to over respond and not go on another date and do whatever she feels like will make him comfortable because he's giving her a little bit of what she wants. So he says, that's what I think is going on. I'm gonna just say that. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, y'all, Darian chooses not to go on a 5th date with Kai. Another situation where you are choosing to not go on a date with Kai so that you don't upset Alexia. But I feel like you're talking to Kai outside of this anyway. So you can say whatever you want to say in front of everybody else, but you probably are still talking to or seeing her outside of this process. Thank you, Miss Chocolate Diva. We love you. We're going to stick beside you. Listen, the first time somebody makes a meme of me talking about they gonna stick beside me, bitch, I am going to pass out. Thank you. Stick beside her. Mm-hmm. Okay, listen, I love it. Thank you. So y'all, Jessica tells Dr. Nicole that the other guy, what was her guy's name? Sean, said that he enjoyed the way that she communicated and that, you know, he appreciated her openness. And Eric is happy about that. He just wants her to communicate more with him. And she just gets frustrated with all of his questions because she feels like he interrogates her. And he thinks it's okay to interrogate her because he doesn't trust her. He's trying to find out what he doesn't know. And Dr. Nicole asks if he's digging. He says that Dr. Nicole, I'm sorry, y'all, my notes repeated. And he says he's not digging, he's searching. And he said that if she isn't doing anything wrong, she should be okay with the interrogation. Dr. Nicole basically says that this shit is toxic. Okay, it's very, very toxic. And y'all are both doing the same thing to one another. He realizes that he is still, you know, in a place of jealousy, which is in a place of fear. And then he talks about how pretty Leilani was, how pretty his date was, how much he enjoyed the accent that he couldn't understand, like I said, and that they are both judging each other instead of seeing the similarities that they both have, that they both share. And they point the finger instead of taking personal accountability for what they've done in the relationship. Both Jessica and Eric decide to go on another date with Leilani and Sean. Jessica says that her date, is helping her open up more, and that makes Eric feel uncomfortable. And I'm gonna tell you this, Eric, y'all are playing a game right now. The two of them are trying to outmaneuver each other. So it's like whoever can make the other person break first wins. So Eric thought he was winning. He kept going on all, you know, on the dates and, oh, this girl was so cute and this girl was so nice and all of that. And she wasn't really giving anybody any real attention. Now she's giving Sean real attention because that's a real prospect for her. That's somebody that's making the money she needs. That's somebody that I believe he has kids as well, like her. So like their whole situation is compatible. So I think she's taking that relationship like it's a possibility. And he sees that now. Now that they're going on another date, now you're uncomfortable. This whole time you've been playing it like you was cool. But now that they're going on another date, your ass is uncomfortable. And I think it's because you thought you were going to outmaneuver her. You thought she was going to break first. And she's putting on tights and a sports bra and telling you, nigga, I think not. Okay, listen. Eric needs to interrogate his barber about why he hasn't shaved that sunroof off yet. I am motherfucking dead. Thank you, Courtney Fulton, for the super chat. Keep your head up, Bondi. I'm a new fan and enjoying your content so far. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love all of these new people. I love y'all. Thank you. Okay.
That's a ragtop.
That's a what?
A ragtop convertible.
A ragtop convertible, not a sunroof. Jesus. Okay, child. It looked like the Jeep. You know how when the roof go all the way to the back? It's a sky top. That nigga got a sky top up there. Thank you, Quaisha, for the super sticker. Okay. He's got a sky top up there. So lastly, you guys, LaRonda decides that she's going on another date with Derek because they didn't really get a chance to talk the way she would have liked to. Sean says that he won't throw up this time, so that's good. And he isn't going on another date with Tari because she was just potential and he doesn't want to give up potential for LaRonda. LaRonda is a real relationship. That's his girl. He doesn't want to try with other women because then he may want to cheat with him or cheat with them or fuck them or something. So he doesn't want to put himself in that situation. Dr. Nicole says that he keeps doing that. He's trying to control and suppress the natural progression of things because he is scared that if he does move on forward with these dates, it will go beyond where he wants it to go. He does not trust himself. And I also think that LaRonda is financial support. And not to say that he's only with her for that reason at all. I'm not saying that. But I do feel like that's something to be considered. If I am dependent upon someone in more than one way, I can't just get up and decide I'm going to choose some random bitch that I might have the hots for, as opposed to the woman that provides for me to be able to live the way I do. Like, I really do feel like that's the thought process as well. But he doesn't trust himself. And then he proceeds to project that distrust on LaRonda as if she would smash any old dude because he would smash any old girl. But that's not necessarily the case. So she wants him to figure out what he really wants. And that's where they leave it. Thank you so much, Queen Paradise, for the super sticker. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. The Love and Marriage Huntsville review is exclusively for my Patreons. I have decided to make that decision that I can no longer give y'all the free content the way I did before. I have got to spread myself across other platforms, specifically platforms that pay me. Okay. But I will still continue to give y'all most of the TV reviews that we do on here. Y'all will probably get one Bondi Blue show a week on here, and the other two or whatever that I do will be exclusively on my Patreon. You can decide to give $1 or whatever. It's up to your discretion. People have been paying for the whole year. And I do believe I'm going to do like a pay per video situation where if you only want to pay to watch a specific video, then you can pay to watch just that one video. I just have to figure out how to do that. But for now, this is what it is. Okay. I know some of y'all don't trust Patreon or y'all can't get Patreon. So I'm going to figure out another way, basically probably just get you guys to sign up for the Discord as well by paying me from another avenue. But I need to figure that out first. Everything is still like a lot right now. And I'm just trying to get the main channel back while simultaneously maintaining this new channel, keeping on top of social media and everything that's going on, the support, the love, and the crazy shit that's going on with people impersonating me on Venmo. Like, if y'all don't see it from me, please don't give to anybody if you don't see it from me. Please, okay? My Cash App is Bondi Blue. My Venmo is Bondi Blue. I am on Patreon as Bondi Blue. My Instagram, Bondi Blue. There are no variations. BondyBlue. That's it. Okay. So if it's not that, don't trust it. All right. Now I'm about to go and talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville on my Patreon. So if you have signed up on my Patreon, you will be receiving a link to that. If you have not already looked on my Patreon page, because I already posted it, but I'm going to send it again when I go live on there. Okay. So I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all on my Patreon account. Have a good day, everybody else.